Boom, ever onward, tribe. The military is famous for traditions, and there are more traditions than I'll ever be able to put my hands on to share with you. Some are just for us, and some I love to share. One thing, less of a tradition, but that just happens to be standard about your life in the military, are speeches. We give speeches in the morning, we give speeches in the afternoon, we give speeches to start an event, we give speeches to close an event, we give speeches when you're heading on deployment, when you come back from deployment, retirements, hail and farewells, new folks coming into organizations. I mean, it's never ending. And on some levels, if you have a great speaker, it's wonderful. On a lot of them, you're just gutting it out through speeches all the way through your time in a given day or a given week. So when I got to training, when I was actually running training for the SEALs in the basic course on the West Coast, a new class would come in. So we only put several classes through a year. About 1,000 candidates basically go through the program a year, around 300-ish, the ones that actually make it out the other side. Something in those numbers, they change every year up and down, but generally the same. And at the training command, there's all sorts of leaders. So there's the commanding officer, the command master chief, all the different phase leadership. There's the basic training officer. There's unbelievable numbers of people that want to get their knowledge and get some time on the podium, on the mic, in front of a class and give them a speech. Look, it's all well-meaning, but it got to a point where I was like, we need to train these young lions. I'm spending half my day with somebody trying to teach them or give a speech. So as much as I love talking and teaching and giving speeches, I tried to reduce mine down to very few. So I really only gave one at the training compound, and I wanted to share it with you. So when a new class would come in, let's say 150, 180 some odd candidates that were gonna enter the program and try and make it through, I used to give a talk to them on day one. And this is what I'd say. I'd have all of them sitting in a classroom. They'd all be in ranks at desk or chairs or standing there. And I'd actually tell them right away, I'd say, hey, you're looking to the right and left of you, and you're probably trying to size up both your teammate and, in some ways, appropriately so, your competition. Who's going to make it? Who's not? Am I going to make it? I'm here, and the focus you need to get through the program. And I used to say to them, out of kind of biblical text, don't praise false idols. Do not praise false idols. You're probably sitting there looking at a kid next to you, a young man next to you that looks like Michelangelo, chiseled him out of marble. His dad's a senator. He just told you how fast he is on runs and swims and the championships he's earned and all this unbelievable ability he has. And he's as handsome as, Tom Selleck. And you're just like, oh man, this is rough. And I'm telling you, you're going to hit that cold water in the next hour and he's going to quit within 15 minutes. And if you looked at him as the archetype of what's going to do well in this program, you might think to yourself, well, if he can't do it, I can't do it. On the other side of you, or maybe you, there's a kid that grew up in small town USA, doesn't have any pedigree, no background of excellence or family history or lineage that got him this program. He's got a little bit of baby fat on him. He probably taught himself to swim 2 months before he showed up here, and we can't kill that guy with a nuclear weapon because he has it here and he has it here. It's about you. So this whole program is about what you bring to it. Don't praise false idols. That was part number one. The second part of what I like to tell them was this whole adventure, everything that you're going to go to, it is life. It's a capture of life in its most intense form. And life is about choices. Look, everything we do is based on a choice you're going to make, how you react, what decision, what direction you want to go. The thing that's interesting about choices is most of the choices we make are unconscious or very simple. You go right or left at the stop sign, you decide to do something, not do something. Very few of them will be consequential. I mean, if your number's up, maybe that choice is the end or something big. But for the most part, choices just kind of get us through our day. There are a few, however, choices that really will change the trajectory of your life. And I wanted to highlight to them that I said, look, if you make the decision to stay or go in this program, it is going to change the trajectory of your life. If you leave, you'll be like most people and you go on your way. If you stay, you will become part of something so special, so big, so different than the average that you will be on a different plane, a different direction in your life. When it comes to those choices, the choices that you'll have a few in your life that really, really count, make those choices well. Ever onward.